Hey, y'all, Father Jim Haney from St. Paul's in the Plains in Lubbock. On the wall in my office, I keep this particular cross. This is an Irish design cross that dates back several centuries. This, of course, is a replica. This is not that old, but it dates back to a time when Roman Catholics in Ireland were persecuted by, of all groups, our particular faith tradition, the Church of England, the mother church of our Episcopal Church. And as the story goes, the cross is narrow this way so you could hide it up your sleeve to keep it hidden and secret so you wouldn't be persecuted for your Roman Catholic faith. But on this cross, there are many symbols of Jesus' passion. Down here, you might be able to see a whip. There's a spear. There's a ladder used to climb up and nail him to the cross. Up at the top here is a hammer and 3 nails under the inscription INRI, and Jesus, of course, hanging on the cross. Part of Holy Week is remembering the crucifixion of Jesus. It was a brutal thing. It was a very painful death. It's no accident. The word excruciating and the word crucifixion come from the same root. A death by crucifixion was an excruciating, painful, horrible death by slow torture. It would have been agonizing. But that's not all the crucifixion was. It was not just Jesus suffering on the cross on our behalf, even though that's a very important meaning of it. This Lent, we've been reading through John's Gospel. And in John's Gospel, John always sees the crucifixion as Jesus's glorification. When I'm lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all people to myself, Jesus says several times in John's Gospel. In fact, the cross is, in John, is almost an exalted throne rather than a device of execution and torture. And for Christians, we have to keep both things in mind. We of course, live on the other side of Easter. We will be celebrating the resurrection just a few days after we celebrate the pain of the crucifixion. And we look back on the crucifixion through the lenses of the resurrection. We know the story ends well. We know that Jesus rises from death, triumphs over death, opens the kingdom of heaven to all who believe in his name. In fact, on the cross, this ladder is not just a reminder of people climbing up and down to nail Jesus to the cross. It's also a reminder that the cross is truly our stairway to heaven, the way that we gain access into the Father's kingdom through the blood of Jesus Christ. And so it's something to be celebrated as well as something sad. It's not just a defeat. It is, as one author says, a magnificent defeat. It also is a triumph. We glorify your cross, O Lord, and praise and glorify your holy resurrection, for by virtue of your cross, joy has come to the whole world. We'll pray those words in a few days. There's an ancient Christian hymn that glorifies the cross. We sing it every Good Friday. Sing, my tongue, the glorious battle of the mighty conflict sing. Tell the triumph of the victim, to his cross thy tribute bring. Jesus Christ, the world's Redeemer, from that cross now reigns as King. And so this Good Friday, we celebrate the death of Jesus. We also are thankful for what he does for us. Christ is enthroned upon the cross so that he may be enthroned in our hearts and so that we may gain access to his Father's kingdom. It's a sad thing, but it's also a glorious thing. And so during this time of difficulty, it's a very strange Holy Week for our culture. Keep in mind that resurrection does follow crucifixion. What seems painful and excruciating at the time, and it was painful and excruciating, will turn out to also be glorious and wondrous. And so keep that in mind. And God bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of Holy Week.